I didn't even get paper. I should do that.
Gotta get yourself
There we go. All right, so this is the second episode of Artists Through the Ages. Do you mind introducing yourself to people who don't know?
Yeah, well, thanks so much for having me, first of all. My name is
course.
JAZ Ehrenberg. I'm a local Baltimore community artist and muralist.
Nice. Cool. So we can, I guess, well, the first question that I always ask is, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is hot pink.
Yeah?
It's not the typical hot pink, though. It's like if you can picture a sunset, it's the color between like purple and orange.
Oh,
It's
okay.
that pink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you find, like...
I did. I was looking. It's between like these.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Nice.
We'll mix it. It's
Nice. Okay, cool. My favorite color is green, so I gotta go... I'm feeling this green today. So I'll go with this one.
Nice and bright for a winter day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So where did you go to school?
So we're in Baltimore. Do you mean college or do you mean high school?
I mean... How about both?
So I went to high school in a lot of different places, actually.
Oh, okay.
But I went to MICA, so Maryland
cool.
Institute College of Art.
Nice.
So
And
that's in Baltimore, yeah.
yeah. What did you study there?
I studied sculpture, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I studied sculpture, and then, yeah, and then I got really interested in working in the public space and like what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then your dad really gave me my first opportunity to paint a mural.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
You worked with him to...
that's how I know him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So one of the questions, well, if we're on like collaborations, like
Yeah,
what's some of like your favorite collaborations that you've done?
I feel like because I do so much custom work, a lot of what actually comes out of my practice is a collaboration, whether it's like
Okay.
with the client or with maybe it's a school community, right? So
Mhm.
I'm doing community engagement with students and things like that. So that it's one of the things I really appreciate the most about my work and about how I've sort of set up the business
Mhm.
is that collaboration is inherently part of it, like always.
Right. Okay, gotcha. So for the mural you worked on with my dad,
Mhm.
where was that, and which mural was that?
That's on Eastern.
Oh, okay.
It's the big blue one behind. There's a gate in front of it now. That like
Okay.
home complex, HOHM.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Okay, gotcha.
Blue. It says, "What is home?"
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we interviewed a bunch of neighbors and asked them that same question: "What is home?"
Mm-hmm.
And so their answers are what's on the mural. That's like the content, basically.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. Nice.
Do you have a favorite mural in the city?
Oh my god. Favorite mural in the city?
It's hard. I know I'm putting you on the
There's a
spot.
lot. There's a lot. I've actually never thought about that. I've never
Oh, wow.
thought about which is my favorite. You know, I hate to pick one of you know what I'm about to say.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that the Eastern Underpass is one of my favorites. I think just right down here.
Yeah.
I love I love it's kind of, cause you know now it's kind of like a bit patchy cause all the stuff they've covered up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But I love that
long
it's
life.
kind of, it's very simple, you know, and like you can get the idea even while driving past, you know.
That's
you can
true. Yeah.
see it all there.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have
I
one?
have one. I do actually. It's on Broadway. I live in Upper Fellows, so like sort of in that area. Not exactly Fellows.
Okay.
Just a little bit north.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a ship in a bottle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's so intricately done. Like to paint the reflection of the water on the glass inside the glass bottle that it's in. Right?
Oh,
like,
wow, okay.
It's like very well done.
Nice.
And I don't do really realistic like that, and so I like really appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love seeing like different styles and just like in awe about like it feels like this person like really has their own style and is like really like they're really in it, you know?
Yeah.
And especially realism too. Like realism, I find is interesting to think about. Like, because where's the style in that? But it's still really cool to look at. Like,
yeah.
And even if all their pieces are kind of like that. So you studied sculpting in mica?
Sculpture, yeah.
Okay, and that's like, did you want to be a sculptor like before, like?
No.
Oh, really?
Growing up, it was like very obvious I was gonna be an artist. It's like the main way I sort of process the world. I had a sketchbook before I could like read. Like that was just how I dealt with, everything. Growing up, all that stuff. So it wasn't a surprise when I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to art school. They're like, yeah, obviously. So I definitely, had the support I needed. But I went in as a printmaking major. I really love the sort of like ceremony of like printmaking. There's so many steps, and they all like it's like cooking. Right? Like you gotta follow all the steps. You gotta add your own flavor. So I really enjoyed just sort of like the ceremony and like the tradition of printmaking. And then I got into like embossing, which is like plates that you make that are not to be used with ink. It's just like raised.
Okay. Oh, okay,
like, you get like a really nice business card and it's like stamped that.
Okay.
But eventually I started working sculpturally with paper. And my professors were like, hey, you should maybe take a course or two. And I took one course and I was like, oh, I'm done.
So you switched majors? Is that what you did? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So what were like did you like discovering like what you wanted to do? Or was it like kind of like a lot for you like in college?
I think the pressure of college makes it a lot, but it doesn't have to be a lot, right? I think I really enjoyed the freedom of being able to move around like that. But it's also like you got 4 years to like, get it together.
Right, yeah. What were like some of your favorite and like least favorite parts of going to school, like high school or college? Like,
I was always pretty like great at regular school. Didn't really. It just sort of came easy to me, which is like nice. I didn't.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I didn't study. Like I did all my homework. I was just good at school. Some people aren't good at standardized like things like that. It's not set up for all personalities. But I didn't struggle too much. I also moved around so much that it just like in itself became a priority. Just like get through school.
Okay, gotcha. So it's kind of like natural, just like you already had it down. Like,
kind of, and also like being the new girl definitely like plays a part in.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, sorry,
nice.
I lost track of the question.
Favorite and least favorite parts about
school. Okay. I think the favorite thing about school is like the freedom to explore, for sure. College, let's say college.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think least favorite is just like the school I went to it's really good at teaching you how to be like a studio artist. Which I realized by the end I didn't want to be. But also it doesn't like there was no like here's how you set up a business, right? Or like here's how you can like be actually successful doing this.
It's like the actual practical stuff,
right?
Like the stuff you need to know.
Yeah. None of that.
Oh, gotcha. Wow.
So yeah, I definitely think that was the worst part.
Oh, gotcha. So how did you learn how to do that stuff? Like
the hard way. The hard way. Yeah. Trial and error. Did everything myself. Still sort of do, but it's a lot more of a choice these days.
Oh, okay. Right.
Not out
Right.
of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So, do you own your own business right now?
Yep. Yeah. I have for the past 4 years. I've been doing, it's full time.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're very lucky to be able to do so.
For sure. I wanted to talk about this. So, my dad just showed me this postcard
Yeah.
like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
And I was looking at this. So, is this all digital or is it?
Yeah.
Tell me about
This is all digital.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the short answer.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's a lot of. Still collaged like digital pieces, right? So they're not necessarily all from the same drawing, and then that's how I was able to add sort of the shadows between them.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, because I was looking at the lines on the hands, and I was like, is that cut out paper or something? And I was like, no, I see the pixels in there. I don't know about that. That's really cool though.
Thanks.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
This is really I let myself really like let loose on this one.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm happy with how it came out.
Nice. So you talked about like your parents like knew like, oh yeah, you're going to art school, right? When you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, were any of your other family members artists when you were growing up?
So not not professionally, but yes, both my grandparents on my dad's side were ceramicists, but like on hobby level.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But still did it very often, and then in retirement took it, very seriously.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But the family is very, very academic. So they were both chemistry professors.
Really?
Yeah. Which it goes sort of hand in hand with ceramics if you think about it, like all the glazes and all the chemical reactions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's very hands-on, for sure. Yeah, that's like an art within itself too. That's really cool though. That's cool. So they were chemistry professors, you said? Or where do they teach at?
So they lived in Israel.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my grandma was actually the first female professor in the country.
What?
Yeah.
What? Wow, that's major.
Yeah, she's a real tough cookie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. Nice.
Yeah, she was the one person I was worried about when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to art school.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know if she's gonna like that.
Yeah.
She was fine.
Oh, okay, that's good. So like a lot of people like when you're younger, and you're still in school, like people ask you like what you want to be when you grow up. But I think we're always growing up, and even if you don't have a full-time job yet or something, and you're still a kid, then like we're always moving up, we're always growing. So I wanted to ask you like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, that's a good question. And like, thank you for asking an adult that. I appreciate that. I think I've like had this. I don't know if it's a dream or anything, but this idea to found or build or somehow collaborate on a museum that focuses on color and like seeing the color spectrum and being able to see it in immersive experiences, like in different spectrums and not only the science of it but also like the history of color, right? Like color comes from so many different places because of pigment and because of atmosphere, right? Like, and it's changed so much through the decades, and so I thought it would be really cool to.
Wow.
So that's my answer.
That'd be sweet. That'd be so cool. There's like, I just saw this thing. There's like this kind of like that. It's, you walk through this museum kind of thing. It's in New York, and it's kind of like an immersive kind of thing. And there's like all these rooms with mirrors and a lot of like sensory like deprivation stuff, and it's really cool. So that'd be something cool to check out.
And to be very honest, I don't know if something like that already exists. I would love to go visit it if it does.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
If you were to ask like 10-year-old Jazz what she wanted to be when she grew up, she would say the person who named Crayola crayons.
Really?
Yeah.
Why's that?
For the longest, because the names are so creative.
Oh,
like naming them.
Yeah. Wow. That's so cool. I mean, there's only so many colors though. Like, what if they're that's such a 10-year-old answer, but I love it. I
I wouldn't be mad at that job now.
No, yeah. I mean, someone has that job.
Right.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, or it's an algorithm by now. But
oh, brother. Yeah. Oh, nice. That's a great answer. So I asked Supreme what the best part of life was, and I thought that's like an important question to ask someone of his age, and we were on the topic of like working with his dad because his dad is an artist, and he said best part of life is working with his dad. And so I wanted to ask you what you thought about what the best part of life is. It's kind of a loaded question, but
so broad.
Yeah.
I think the best part of life is when you finally figure out how to appreciate little things.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
When did you find that?
I'm learning.
Oh yeah?
Still learning.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it takes like a certain amount of self-confidence and like security to be able to slow down and see those things. That's not something you get from the outside. You gotta do it yourself.
Self-confidence and security.
Yeah.
That's really cool what you're doing over there.
Oh, thanks.
Nice. Oh wow, those colors. Oh no, I was gonna ask you if you use purple in all of them, but wow.
Oh yeah.
That's a sunset right there.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's more like.
Wow, cool. So, what are some things that like you've learned from growing a family, and you're a parent now? So, like, what are some like the lessons that you've learned, and maybe some things you've learned about yourself from those experiences?
Yeah. Well, I'm a stepmom, but I've known my stepson since he was 2, and he's now 16. So I definitely feel like I've been around for all the stages.
Yeah.
And I think the number one thing that I've learned is that nothing's gonna happen the way you expect or the way you plan. Like nothing.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's a hard lesson, but it's also like humbling to understand that and be like, you know what, fine, like let's get let's let go a little bit. Let's accept this.
Right. And the best learning comes from those experiences too, like, because then because like I feel like, because for me, like I'd like to be a filmmaker, and I am a filmmaker, but I'd like to do that. And I've been thinking about how like I like to learn, and it's really just practice and just experience and just getting out there and just doing it, And so I recently made a short film, and a lot did go wrong with it, but now I know.
Right.
Now I know that's the thing. So I can totally see what you're saying with that. Like,
It's like easier to keep your cool also if you know that like
mm-hmm.
if you're
Exactly.
prepared for it to not go exactly.
Exactly.
And I'm a very, I will say my personality is very like, everything's got to be planned out. So it taught me how
really?
to loosen up a little bit. And I think,
Nice.
it was difficult, but
nice, yeah.
I've come to appreciate it.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Are you like a very neat, like creative?
I'd say I'm kind of like in the middle. I like to have things organized and messy, but on my own terms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
if
like
you can understand, you can decode the chaos.
Exactly. So like I don't need a clean room. My room is pretty messy, you know.
Okay.
But I like to be like prepared when I'm making a project for sure. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh well. Yeah.
You know, for any art piece.
Well, especially like film, it takes so many people.
Mhm.
It's not just it's a whole team. It's managing. It's so many moving parts.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good question. I definitely think I'm in the middle. And it concerns me when I'm working with other people and they're not as planned as I would be, and I'm like, "Are you sure? Like, you're okay with that?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Whatever, let's just go." It's okay. Okay. It's like it's your thing. So, what about you? Would you say you're?
I'm a messy creative.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even put my markers away.
Oh, it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, definitely. I used to, especially with painting, like, but even in college during, like, in sculpture, doing woodworking and concrete pouring type projects, like, if I wasn't covered in it at least a little bit, I wasn't done.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, of course. Of course. What's your like favorite part about making art? Like, or some of your favorite parts. Like, why do you like making art? Or maybe why are you an artist? I guess that's like 3 questions right there. But.
Yeah, that was a lot.
First question.
I think.
What's your favorite part about making art?
There's just so much joy in the process, and I found a way to like do it with friends, which everything is better with friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh cool. For me, like, I love getting in the zone and just like zoning out and just completely be immersed in the art, you know. That's probably like, and the finished product too, because like it's one of the things where I can really feel like accomplished and like feel really proud of myself for doing that. And I do a lot of these like big drawings and like big like drawings the size of this table kind of, and like it's really cool to look at it. It's like, wow, I just like did that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love working on collaborations too. Like, so I see what you're saying about working with people. I love working with people too.
Yeah, there's something so like valuable with having so many perspectives, like working on the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. Because you get all these ideas going on, and then it feels like they're thinking of all the ideas that you didn't think of, and it's like, wow. Or like if they're giving you feedback for stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it's a lot like on the job site. It's one of those things that parenthood taught me, is that nothing's gonna go right. Nothing's gonna go as planned, especially the first like day or so. And if I can have somebody there to bounce ideas off of and like problem solve with, I won't be freaking out. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, just like a helping hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I get that for sure. Yeah, at least you're not alone and all that, you know.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite medium to draw with?
It's probably just pencil and paper, honestly.
Oh, really?
I think so. And it's better when it's like in the margins of something and like.
Oh, you're a doodler.
I love doodling. You see my paper right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because then it just feels like even when I'm not mainly doing something creative, or at least when it doesn't feel like it still feels like the creative excess is still like I'm still doing something like creative like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to just do something loose like that. Yeah, I'm a big doodler. I'm trying to gather all of my school papers together, and I want to make like a big collage of all of my, like kind of like a scrapbook of all of my doodles. And I have some of my notebooks from when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I'd like to put like all that together and have like all the doodles that I've done.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Were you ever a doodler in school?
Oh yeah. Always.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I wish I kept my notebooks.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It'd be crazy to be able to look back that far.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know my mom has a couple of sketchbooks from when I was very young,
Nice.
But yeah, something different happens when you know, passively sort of doodle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
For
different
sure.
way of thinking about it and creating. You can also see like what classes you were bored in.
Oh yeah. Or it's like, oh man, that's like me in math class. Like, it's like I've already finished everything, and now let's just doodle. It's like, okay, I get it. Yeah. So if you could tell your tell your younger self who wanted to be the crayon namer as a job, what would you tell them as advice?
Trying to think of like what did I need to hear at that age. I think that it's, and at 10, I don't know, like if I'm time traveling and I meet my, 10-year-old Jazz.
Yeah.
I don't know that she'd be able to understand this, but I'd just be like, keep going, you can make your own path.
Okay.
Because a lot of it was like, oh, she's gonna be an artist, right? But like, how are you really gonna make money? Right? That's always the question. It's always how the conversation goes.
Right.
And I wish I didn't worry about that as much and as early, I think, as I started to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Like there was a while that I was convinced that I was gonna be a medical illustrator.
Really?
Yeah, just because that's the way you can draw and make money. I tried any of the paths or anything, went down that path or anything, but
right.
Just as I can make money doing this. I can make money doing this. Instead of just being just make, you know? Like while you have the time and freedom. Just make.
For sure. And I wish I had known they make in school, they make us do all these surveys to help you figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
And so for a while I wanted to be a graphic illustrator, a graphic designer.
Oh, okay.
And so that's making logos and stuff. But that's that's so practical. But that's the only option they would give you if you wanted to draw.
Right.
They didn't. And so after that I got really into comic books, and then I wanted to become a comic book illustrator. And I realized like, oh, there's actually like other jobs than the ones they give you on the paper. You
Right.
know?
There's a whole world out
What?
there. You don't even have to
It's
choose any one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird that at that age they're like, oh, be practical, like this.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
like you can pay rent with this, but in college they're like, business where? Website what? Are you a plant person? Do you have plants?
You know, I would like to be a plant person, but I don't have any plants.
Oh.
I had a little bamboo thing,
Yeah.
but it died. It lasted a while, but it just recently died.
Oh.
So,
I'm sorry to hear
are you a
that.
plant person? I guess based on your drawings.
Yes, though I am trying one of my plants that's not doing so well at the moment.
Oh, I see that. Oh no.
All right, it's part of the journey.
Oh. Yeah, I would. My mom is a big plant person. She has a big garden and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
I
wasn't a plant person. I mean, I always loved plants. Like my family always had a garden, and at least like an herb garden, like for the kitchen. It was always part of my chores that I hated, pruning the rose bushes and stuff like that. But I really learned to appreciate it. Now I'm trying to do better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do your family members ever get like overwhelmed by all your plants or no?
Oh no, it's not. I'm not that. I'm not like a plant
Crazy? No,
baby.
not crazy.
Yeah, no. I have like 10 in the house, which
okay.
I have friends who have like 50.
Oh geez.
I'm just like, I cannot spend a whole day watering my whole house. Like that's way too high maintenance.
There's this house down by Patterson Park, and every time I drive by it, cause like when my mom would pick me up from here, we'd always notice this house on the corner, and there's probably like about 24 like giant like pots full of these like jungle plants basically.
Oh wow.
We called it the jungle house.
That's awesome.
It was pretty funny.
Sounds like a pretty cool house. Do you have I probably won't even know who it is if you answer this question, but do you have a director that you really admire?
Oh, I love Stanley Kubrick. He did The Shining and 2001. 2001: A Space Odyssey is my favorite movie. I talk about it all the time. I love it. I also really like this director Jim Jarmusch, and he's like an independent director. Started making movies in the early '80s, and I love those. He's kind of got like a slow but very kind of like personal kind of feel to his movies, and I really would love to do that with kind of my stuff. Yeah, those are probably my top two. I mean, I'd say like Tarantino, but that's like a basic kind of. I mean, I like his movies. I like his movies, but everyone says that. So. You need this?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. So the last question I'd like to ask is, what is your message to the youth? No pressure, just every kid.
Just every kid ever. I hate to sound like a broken record, but I also say this to adults, especially creatives that are trying to sort of figure out how to do this, right? And it's just keep going, keep creating. Like eventually, the right person will see what you're doing, but they won't if you stop making.
Right.
Or they won't if you make in a cave by yourself and never show anybody anything.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Thanks for that. Alright, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this was so fun.
Yeah, I agree. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, nice. That... Wow. I feel bad for your plant. I hope it
It's
recovers.
doing okay.
I hope it recovers.
We got some fertilizer. It'll be fine.
Okay. Nice. All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I love this.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a little grill up there.